the days are never ending, when the nights are feeling lonely, there's a place that I can go, where the birds are free to roam, in the sky, flying high, over fields of green, and where the stars inside the sky, we're the last ones shining bright, pushing through the storm tonight, we'll be burning on and on and on. We're the stars inside the sky, we're the last ones shining bright, pushing through the storm tonight, we'll be burning on and on and on.
Hello Aquarius, this is Inspire 2016 with your weekly tarot reading for the week commencing the 30th of October until the 5th of November 2017. The first card for you is representing, how do you feel about yourself? Your card is the Nine of Swords. Your experience of the world is greatly influenced by your expectations, desires, and fears, and therefore you are largely the creator of your own world, and your attitudes determine how you experience that world. The Nine of Swords can also reflect fear of the future, or what may possibly happen in the future. If you allow yourself to be bound by fear of the future, you are at risk of eventually creating a negative reality for yourself by virtue of your expectations. Your nightmare becomes your self-fulfilling prophecy, which is clearly not a desirable outcome. Generally, this card is an indication that you are worrying excessively about a situation. You are literally being kept up at night because you are so anxious about a particular issue. It is possible you are working yourself up unnecessarily, and, if you were to look at the situation more objectively, you may come to realize that it is not as bad as you are making it out to be. In fact, all that worry and despair is what is making it worse, so rather than fretting about it, do something to change it. Although most people experience fear, frustration and uncertainty at some point in their lives, you should not allow those negative emotions to immobilize you or keep you from pursuing your goals with enthusiasm and hope. Expect at least some level of uncertainty in the future, and draw upon your inner strength to remain as flexible and adaptable to that uncertainty as possible. The Nine of Swords can also indicate that you are being incredibly hard on yourself, putting yourself down or engaging in negative self-talk. For every mistake you make, you blame yourself and become worked up and angry at yourself for messing up again. So, ask yourself why you are being so hard on yourself. How are you putting yourself down, or what is the source of your depression? What can you do to make yourself feel better? The second card for you is representing, what do you want most right now? Your card is the Three of Pentacles. What do you want most right now is experiencing prosperity and success in your goals. This can be achieved only if you continue to work toward the fulfillment of your dreams and do not allow disillusionment to dampen your enthusiasm. You need to do work that is satisfying to you and that you can be truly proud of. What new beginnings are you experiencing in the material realm? Is there some project or creative venture you have been putting off because of fear of failure? The Three of Pentacles indicates that dreams can be made real with persistence, determination, and effort. The Three of Pentacles may also suggest that you need help to complete your work and can draw on the knowledge and experience of others. It may be beneficial to share your work with a partner, but only if they are as conscientious as you. At the core of the Three of Pentacles is the notion of teamwork and collaboration. In the card, we see a young mason working hard on building part of the cathedral. The two monks enter, with their worldly knowledge and spiritual understanding to bring a new perspective to the mason's work. Even though their backgrounds, experience levels and knowledge is very different, They are able to come together to share their expertise in a way that creates synergy and improved results. There is no us and them or any sense of superiority. Rather, each person has something unique to offer and is willing to learn from others involved in the project. Everyone is getting the job done together and is contributing to the group through effective listening and sharing. This is a positive card to see when teamwork, collaboration and cooperation are required between parties with different levels of experience. The Three of Pentacles also points to the importance of feedback. The Mason is open to listening to the monks and taking on their feedback on his progress so far. His primary goal is to do a great job, and he knows that the monks will be able to help him get there. He does not take it personally but uses their feedback and input to continually improve in his work. Effective planning, management and organization are also key components of the Three of Pentacles. In order to accomplish significant goals, it is imperative that detailed planning occurs to ensure that all the components are progressing well. This card therefore reflects a time when it is essential to create a detailed plan and to follow a schedule. This is when good project management will pay off. The third card for you is representing your fears. Your card is the Five of Swords. You are afraid that the conflict in your life is becoming upsetting now and you realize that there can only be losers in this battle. You now just want to put this behind you and move on. Thus, you are now more open to change. The arguing is over and you are more willing to look at the situation with fresh eyes. You are willing to lay down your sword and begin negotiating, honestly trying to arrive at a win-win solution rather than always knocking heads. A return to the Four of Swords is required, where the peace in your mind drive your thoughts and behavior, moving away from tension and conflict. This is a good time to reach out to those with whom you have recently had conflict or disagreements, and make amends. The Five of Swords can sometimes indicate conflict in your life that you have tried to walk away from but which continues to follow you. For example, there may still be an ex in your life who is making things difficult and who may be preventing you from moving on to new relationships. So long as there is conflict, tension and raw emotion at play, avoid this person or situation. Similarly, the Five of Swords can suggest that an old wound has been reopened and you are experiencing fear and tension associated with that memory. You may be particularly worried that history might repeat itself or that you could be hurt again. Aim to forgive and forget so that you can indeed move on. There may also be some residual resentment following a recent or past argument with someone close to you. You have had some very challenging and heated conversations together and you still harbor some negative emotion from these discussions. This may still be unresolved and unaddressed, and this in itself is impacting your ability to create a harmonious relationship. The Five of Swords serves as a reminder that, at times, it may be appropriate to disregard the opinions of others. Sometimes you just cannot please everyone, and unfortunately there may be some friendships lost along the way. Sadly, not everyone is going to be as accommodating of your desire to pursue your own goals, particularly if it impacts on them and their ability to live their life the way they want to. What you will have to accept is that you cannot please everyone, and there are going to be people who are annoyed that you cannot be there for them as much as in the past. The fourth card for you is representing what is going for you. Your card is the Five of Pentacles. If you have suffered a loss, know that there are people around you who are willing to help. There is always a solution and always a way out, so either open your eyes and go to it, or close your eyes and let the inner light guide you. Often, what has caused these financial problems is a matter of your own emotions. Greed will lead to loss, anxiety will lead to error, possessiveness will lead to solitude. By focusing on the material, you lose sight of your spiritual development. You may be rich for a while, but all will be lost if you learn nothing. On a psychological level, there may be a difficulty with your relationship to money and material things. If money becomes the primary motivating force in life and the gauge by which you judge your worth, the lack of it may produce anxiety and a sense of being excluded from the good things money can provide. For example, if you are unfortunate enough to encounter financial difficulties such as the loss of employment or an investment gone belly up, you may fall into the trap of losing faith in your ability to recreate a positive financial situation for yourself. Therefore, you should not only consider your actual financial circumstances but also your attitudes toward money. What fears do you have around money and wealth? Are you anxious about never having enough, or do you have faith in your ability to manifest what you need to live a prosperous, fulfilled life no matter what your circumstances? Often wealth is based as much on your psychological state as your actual financial state. In a world that often equates success with financial wealth, the loss shown on the Five of Pentacles can be a humbling blow to your self-esteem and sense of self-worth. This loss can occur in any number of ways, but even though an external event may seem to be the cause, this card often reflects that the loss is something you have brought upon yourself. There is a spiritual loss that often precedes or accompanies loss of material wealth. The Five of Pentacles can also point to a time of being alone, feeling abandoned, ignored and unwanted. You may be excluded from group events or you are being ostracized by others. You are in desperate need of support and comfort from those who actually care. The fifth card for you is representing what is going against you. Your card is the Six of Pentacles. Be very careful about who you lend your money to, especially if you yourself are in financial trouble. While a generous spirit is a wonderful quality, you need to ensure that you are able to support yourself whilst helping others. You may have a tendency to spend or give away more than you can afford to. Be careful with the amount of debt that you get into. It is possible with the Six of Pentacles that you are getting in over your head and it will soon come back to bite you in excessive interest rates or personal threats if you are unable to pay it back in time. Be wary, too, of get-rich-quick schemes that are more likely to leave you with a hole in your pocket than a pile of cash. The Six of Pentacles sometimes reflects the selfish side of charity. In some cases, people give to others not for the benefit of the other but for the benefit of themselves. Be careful that you are not trying to prove to others that you are generous because you can give to the poor or the needy. Aim to give selflessly rather than selfishly. In a relationship reading, the Six of Pentacles suggests that one partner is doing a lot of the taking but not a lot of the giving, thus creating an inequality in the relationship. You need to be careful that your generous spirit is not being taken advantage of and that you are not always the one making compromises for your partner's benefit. The last card for you is representing the likely outcome that you may have. Your card is the King of Pentacles. There would be a male significant figure in your life, most likely from earth signs, who is grounded, pragmatic and financially stable. He is a shining example of financial stability, with wealth and experience coming easily to him and to share with everyone around him. This is a man who has reached the pinnacle of his financial power and influence and is able to rest assured of his continued prosperity. He is no longer required to struggle to achieve what he desires, and is able to accomplish anything he wants because he has already proven himself. Overall, this card indicates the final fulfillment of a creative task, business venture, or investment. Through diligence, responsibility and attention to detail you have achieved great things and can finally say that you have completed your task or attained your goal. You can now enjoy all that you have accomplished and the successes you have created. You have created a richness of life, not just financially but also spiritually, which will set you up very well for the future. Whenever you need the skills to manage your day-to-day affairs competently and efficiently, you can call upon the King of Pentacles. Work hard, methodically and conscientiously. Give generously of your time and resources, because by giving you often receive more, and making more money is something that all Kings of Pentacles love to do. The King of Pentacles indicates that a methodical, planned and well thought out approach will lead you to success. Many consider the King of Pentacles to be dull and unimaginative, but this is a likely consequence of his preference to do things in the most tried and tested way. You have experimented in the past with what works best and have landed on your own methods and practices that you know will continue to work for you in the future. So, you continue down this path rather than trying new ways of doing things. You know that you have reached the height of achievement and you do not need to take any more risks. The King of Pentacles also calls on you to be pragmatic and to stay informed on practical matters. You need to get down to the basics and use your problem-solving ability to get to a solution. You also need to be able to leverage your various skills and resources in order to create success. This king can also play the political game well, interacting comfortably with everyone, no matter what his or her status. Last but not least, the guidance card for you is the Black Dragon from Saturn. A black dragon from Saturn has appeared to you now, as it is time for you to address tasks with discipline and focus. Spiritual discipline is vital to ground the higher energies on your pathway. The black dragon will give you focus, concentration, determination, awareness and the ability to plan and stick to a routine where necessary. Receiving this card is a true blessing, as it indicates that your feet are firmly planted on your ascension path and you do everything for the highest good of all. This dragon also brings you congratulations from the angelic world, as you have passed a test you have been undergoing. It is time to celebrate your success and step forward with discipline, as well as with joy and bliss.
I hope that you enjoy everything, and if you like the reading, just please click subscribe and you will get instant notifications every time we publish a new video right to your YouTube. Thanks.